Today, let's talk about this dedicated bike dashcam system, the Aoocci R1, delivering 2K front and 1080p rear footage with GPS to back you up in case of accidents or disputes. It also comes with a 5.8 GHz Wi-Fi and loop recording. In this video, you will see how both the front and rear cameras perform in the daytime as well as during the night. And we'll also see if this camera setup struggles on the road or not. First, let's quickly unbox and understand what you actually get. Inside the box, you'll find a front camera with a Sony Starvis sensor, 2K resolution at 30 fps, a wide 150-degree field of view, and a fast f1.55 aperture for better low-light performance. A rear camera with 1080p at 30 fps once again, but with a 140-degree field of view this time around, mainly meant to capture vehicles behind you and any rear impacts. The main DVR or control unit which can be placed under your seat or any side panels. Two options for the power cable for both USB-A and ACC wiring or the hardwire kit meant to be connected straight to the vehicle's battery points. An external GPS antenna for logging speed and route information, all the required mounting brackets, screws and basic tools to make the installation as smooth as possible for just about everyone. And of course, a user manual along with the 64 gigs of micro SD card. Both cameras are in IP67 rating housings, so they are designed to handle rain, dust and daily Indian riding conditions. This is a set and forget system, not something you remove after every ride. The microSD card goes right underneath the front camera, the cover of which can be unscrewed and removed, and inside there's even a rubber padding to protect it from rain. You can insert or remove the microSD card using the provided SIM ejector tool. Since I will be installing the Aoocci R1 to my scooter or scooty, the TVS Jupiter 125, I did notice a small issue almost immediately. The provided tools are mainly to connect the camera system to motorcycle handlebars, particularly the front camera. However, this is not the case in most scooters or scooties where the handlebars are mostly hidden behind a mostly plastic body, for which the brand has provided us with this attachment that should connect to the scooty's rear view mirror mount. But even this small tool may not be enough to connect the front dash cam properly, which is why I had proactively reached out to the brand Aoocci to start providing customers with something like this instead, as this is more practical and fixes the issue almost entirely, at least in this scenario. I bought this from Amazon for a very cheap price. I'll mention the purchase link in the description down below for your reference should you need to buy it as well. Anyways, installation was fairly simple. The front camera can be connected as such with ease, might I add, aimed slightly down if needed to capture the road and vehicles ahead. Rear camera right under the seat like this, or even near the number plate as per your convenience. Angle to cover the lane behind you. I tried to manage the cables as much as I could using the provided zip ties as well as some of my own zip ties that I already had lying around. The GPS unit sits comfortably on the side of my seat right here. And as for powering the R1 cameras, I decided to use the provided USB Type A cable since my scooty already has a port for it. The top of the camera has a button which can be short pressed to take pictures from both the cameras, or it can also be long pressed to record any emergency videos or small clips if ever needed. All the captured footage can be accessed via the provided mobile application, which is the Video Dashcam Viewer app, available for both Android and Apple phones. You can open this app and connect it to the dashcam via Wi-Fi. The SSID or name of it starts with R1 with the default password 12345678. This password can be changed later on from within the settings. Once inside, we can straight away access the live video feed from the front camera. Tapping the icon on the left of it, we can easily shift the view to the rear camera as well. We can also mute or unmute the recordings from here. We can clearly see the date, time, as well as the GPS information in the recordings. Most important for sure. Top left corner shows recording is ongoing. Starting and stopping the recordings is accessible from here, along with taking pictures with just a touch of a button. You can have a look at the various settings this app provides us with. This app could prove very useful for pillion riders during long journeys if needed, since both the hands of riders are mostly busy navigating through traffic. If you have a hardwire kit connected, then you can also access the parking surveillance options we see over here. And pressing the bottom left button, we can access all the recorded videos and pictures, which will stop the recording temporarily. Once in there, we can play, pause, remove side information, search for the required footage, and finally download or delete the footage as well. Downloading the recordings is pretty quick thanks to the 5.8 GHz Wi-Fi we get in the R1. And of course, all of the downloaded files get saved in the local folder on your phone for easy access later on. And now for the road test. Let's start with the front camera during the daytime first, because that's where most of your riding happens. In good daylight, the 2K resolution gives sharp, detailed footage. Number plates of vehicles in front are generally readable at normal following distances, especially when the road is not too dusty. The 150-degree wide angle captures multiple lanes, footpaths, and side traffic, which is very important in India, where vehicles can come from anywhere, left, right, or even diagonally. Even on rough roads, the electronic image stabilization does manage to reduce vibrations from potholes, broken patches, and speed breakers. This makes the video more stable and easier to use later as evidence or for reviewing what actually happened during the mishap. Overall, during the day, the front camera performs very well and can clearly show what you were doing and what the other vehicles were doing at the same time. Now, let's talk about the front camera at night and in low light conditions, where honestly many cameras struggle. The Aoocci R1 does get the Sony Taurus sensor with a large f1.55 aperture. However, I would have to point out that the camera does struggle to read license plates quite a lot. I mean, the lighting conditions and especially the angle of the camera have to be pretty good and in our favor in order to capture those black colored numbers on the mostly white colored license plates on the Indian roads. Due to the same reason, we tend to see a lot of headlight glare on most of the license plates. This, however, is a very common issue and occurrence in most dash cams out there. On well-lit city roads with streetlights, the footage does manage to remain quite usable nonetheless. You can usually read number plates at close to medium distances, and you can clearly see lane markings, if any, pedestrians, as well as bikes cutting across. But on even darker stretches, when there are fewer streetlights or almost no lighting whatsoever, even though the camera does pull out more detail than a basic 1080p sensor, it does struggle nonetheless. You may not always get perfect plate clarity at a long distance, but you can clearly see shapes, movement, and the general situation in front of you, enough to explain the situation you were in during a mishap or an incident. So for the front camera, night performance is good but can be better, especially in the area of reading glared out license plates. However, the R1 is good enough for both safety and legal proof in most real-world scenarios. Next, the rear camera. The main purpose of the rear unit is to capture what happens behind you, tailgating, rear-end collisions, and sudden overtakes. In the daytime, the 1080p resolution is enough to clearly see vehicles following you, their distance, and their lane positions. The 140-degree wide angle covers the lane behind plus part of the sides, so if someone cuts in too close or rear-ends you, that will be visible on the recording, which is a good thing. While it is not as sharp as the 2K front, it is still good enough to see number plates of vehicles that are not too far away. For practical purposes like showing that someone was too close, changing lanes aggressively, or hit you from behind, the daytime rear footage does its job pretty well. So in the daytime, the rear camera is very useful for completing the full story, what was in front of you and what was happening behind at the same time. Now, the important part, the rear camera at night. This is where you should have realistic expectations. In low light, the rear camera does not perform as strongly as the front camera, period. It does not have the same sensor and fast aperture, so image quality is lower in dark conditions. You will clearly see headlights, brake lights, and general movement behind you, but number plates are often harder to read, especially when vehicles are a little further away or when the road is very dark. With bright headlights from behind, sometimes there can be glare and glooming from those lights, which obviously reduces detail around them. However, you can still see that a vehicle was coming fast, following too closely, or tried to overtake aggressively. So, to be clear, at night, the rear camera is more about capturing the situation and behavior of the vehicle behind you, rather than guaranteeing crystal clear number plate reading in every single frame. It still adds valuable context, but it is not on the same level as the front camera at night. At times, it does manage to capture the license plate numbers pretty well, but that again depends upon a combination of good lighting and a great camera angle, which cannot be adjusted on the go or guaranteed at all times. To sum it up in simple terms, no device is perfect and neither is the Aoocci R1. As with every device, there are a few scope of improvements here as well. Front camera very good in the day and impressive for a bike dash cam at night, especially at this price, with usable plate clarity in many situations. Though I think that the ability to read license plates should be improved in future revised editions. Rear camera good in the day for identifying vehicles and their behavior, but quite limited at night or low light situations, mainly showing headlights and motion rather than consistently sharp number plates. Perhaps if the rear could also have been a 2K camera instead of a 1080p one, then maybe the quality could have been better. The GPS module I think should come built in either the cameras rather than a separate unit altogether, as it just adds unnecessary clutter and wiring. One less item to worry about. Installation of the R1 on scooters or scooties can be possible with the addition of this claw grip, which at the time of recording this video is a miss in the box contents. Having said that, the Aoocci R1 does look really good and the build quality has been improved quite a bit since I last reviewed an Aoocci product. Everything worked out of the box without any major hurdles and was a pretty smooth experience overall, which is a really good thing. If you understand these trends and limitations, then this kind of a dual dashcam setup can be an excellent long-term investment under 10,000 rupees for the purposes of safety, evidence and peace of mind. In order to purchase the R1 dual dashcam, you can visit the official websites of Aoocci for both India as well as worldwide customers. Use my exclusive discount coupon HarryWT to get a massive 22% off on your purchase to buy any of Aoocci products. So, what do you guys think of the Aoocci R1? Would you install such a useful and important product on your bike or scooty? Let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more in-depth reviews, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on my next video. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.